18 pada hari ini. Dan hari ini saya kali merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada Statworks kerana sudi bersama-sama dalam seminar Inspem. Dan hari ini bersama-sama kita adalah Miss Rohini Suryamurti. Beliau merupakan Chief Technology Officer di Statworks Group. Banyak pengalaman beliau yang sangat luas dalam bidang data science, dan beliau juga telah membentangkan di banyak pembentangan dan conference dalam dan luar negara. Tanpa melengah masa, saya menjemput Ms. Rohini untuk pembentangan. Dengan selamatnya, bersilakan.
Okay, thank you, Encik Mohamad. Good afternoon to everyone.
Asking of why SST included in the PO.
Hello.
Rohini, sorry, Rohini, your voice is like.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, good afternoon to everyone. I'm the CTO for Statworks. I'm sorry, but today I'm going to present in English, if that's okay with everyone. Is that okay?
Yeah,
I
okay.
will try to mix. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So this afternoon, okay, my presentation is catered more towards a technology tool in the field of data science. So as we know, there are a lot of data science tools out there, along with data science platform, where you have a whole end-to-end workflow platform. So what we are going to introduce today is talk about how you can also use, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, how you can also use Excel as a data science platform as well. So this is like a new way of looking at things, and that is what we are going to explore. So a bit on Statworks Group. Our forte is in analytics, for those who do not know about us. We've been around for the past 22 years. Basically, we provide technology tool. We also do provide services ranging from implementation to training to post-implementation support, consulting, and so forth. We have an office in Singapore as well as in India, so we cover Southeast Asia market. Our main key industry in regards to big data analytics is in the government agency currently. So we have a range of analytical tools that cater for education, government, and also commercial side in a lot of different areas. So today, the tool that I'm going to introduce, it is not expensive kind of solution. Basically, the solution sits on top of Excel, which is what most people have their data in Excel. Of course, when you look at big data analytics platform, you are going towards huge data sets and so forth. But the reality is when we also go into government agency or even education or even commercial side, a lot of the analysts, right, or the data scientists actually have their majority of their data is sitting on Excel. So what we thought about is instead of in regards to having someone, a data analyst or even data scientist, relearning a new solution environment, right? Where sometimes the solution environment, when you even purchase or use, you realize you're only using like 10%. The other ones are more towards like enterprise, publishing, sharing, which mainly, even big government agency use that, or commercial companies which are huge, are not really the small agencies, or even in regards to medium to small size companies. Most of them do use Excel in order to do the analysis and so forth. So this gives an opportunity to explore more into the data science environment, but using Excel. So that is what we are looking at. So So this is basically what we are trying to say is usually Excel is a spreadsheet software. It's meant to keep your data in different types of format. And the fact is it has now capabilities in order to do some form of analysis, right? In fact, it's quite in-depth. A basic analysis you can still do. And of course, the visualization is there as well. But going further into data mining or even into data science opportunity, it is not available. Basically, you have to have, usually what happens is you would do the data science part, let's say in R or even in Jupyter or other environment or other tools. There are tools like SPSS Modeler. Those are like SAS, E-miner, expensive tools where you do all this data mining or data science tasks, and then you bring back the results into Excel. And in order to reuse it again, to present it in a report form or whatever that you need. So this is what you will actually have in a normal environment. So here, based on this, right, there is a solution out now. It's called Excel Stat. It's basically looking, it doesn't look at the whole data science platform. A normal data science platform, it goes from you bringing in huge data, you're doing cleansing on the data, you doing validation on the data, you build model, and then you deploy it as publishing. But here in this part of Excel Stat, it looks at the analysis phase where you can actually build the model. You can deploy it still, right? Apply it to certain different type of data sets, and you have the results, and then you can actually share the results in other environments and so forth. So here Excel also becomes like a data science, part of a data science solution where it doesn't wait for the results from another data science platform to come into it. You actually can do it within Excel. So the solution is called Excel Stat, and it's basically sits on top of Excel. That means you need to have Excel. It's basically, when you install, it becomes an additional menu in Excel, which you can do the whole model building, predictive model building. It has every form of analysis and so forth. Of course, a lot of you all might be using SPSS stats right now. As you know, even SPSS, it has all those different options. But when you want to go into data mining or data science, then you have to purchase another solution of SPSS called SPSS Modeler. So it's like a different environment. Here you actually have everything. You have from basic to advanced analytics, along with the data mining capabilities. You can do all kind of different predictive models. You can also have the workflow environment in Excel Stat, along with the option of it integrates to R. So when you actually install Excel Stat, it has an option that you can open up some of the R functionality within Excel, basically within Excel Stat. Okay, so what I'll do is I will mainly go through key features of Excel Stat, and then I'll go into a very short demo of Excel Stat based on my presentation today, which is basically we are looking at a technology option in the data science field. If any of the participants, you want further discussion or looking at this for the possibility of implementing this in your organization or even your department and so forth, we can always come and do this additional discussion or meeting or demo with your team as well. Do you all have any questions before I go into the presentation slide of Excel Stats and then go into Excel Stat itself?
Maybe no.
Okay. So yeah, sorry, because I'm having full screen here, so I'm not actually seeing if there's any comments. So do stop me halfway in between if you do have any questions, no issue.
Okay.
Okay, so in Excel Stat, you do not need coding required. Okay, why we are saying this is, if you know, right, in a normal Excel, if you want to, let's say, find the average value or minimum or maximum, basically you need to bring in the function, put in the function, put the syntax based on it, and actually do that. So every cell has like a formula. Here in Excel stat, basically, which is part of the Excel, when you actually launch it and you have that different option, everything is point and click. You're just selecting and it runs that, right? It's very directly integrated into Excel, right? It's easy to prepare your data. You can process, you can get many reports. They have some of the, let's say if you're doing design of experiments, when you actually launch that whole menu of the design experiments, is everything to do. So it has a look and feel similar. If whoever use SPSS stats, it's actually having a kind of similar look and feel. The only thing is with this, when you purchase, and it's a very competitive purchase price, right? You have option for everything. So let's say if you are education institution and you're doing basic statistics, you can use the same solution all the way to model building and so forth. So it goes all the way depending on whatever course you're doing. So there's, of course, it uses Excel charts, so you're able to customize just like normal thing, right? There's a lot of online tutorials and things like that. So this is how Excel stat looks like when I launch, right? It's part of Excel. There's a menu. When I open that, all that option under it. So each one of it, from describe, you can prepare your data. So it goes through the whole process of data science, where you prepare your data. If there's any missing values, you look at the data. If you need to clean, duplicate, everything is there. Then you describe the data based on the fact. You explore to see what kind of analysis you need to do, what type of data is then missing values, is it okay to use this? All these things are involved inside. Then you can visualize. You go through analysis, where you go through the different advanced analytics for PCA, for factor analysis and all that. This you actually do because when you go through the normal data science platform, sometimes you have a lot of variable, 20, 30 variable, but not necessarily going to use all the variables. It's relevant to building your predictive model and so forth. So the analyzing step goes through that part where you will, omit some of these variables based on the results that you get. Then you go into the modeling. Modeling here, it is under the modeling, clustering, and machine learning. It's basically, it goes through all the different data science models, basically all your predictive models. Some is machine learning, some is based on clustering and things. So the good thing about Excel stat, it can handle, it also has text analytics. So it can handle both your unstructured and structured data as well. So you have all forms, to test the hypothesis, whatever that you need to do. Everything is there. Advanced feature, I will go through the advanced feature where it goes specifically into a particular industry. So if you are in a particular manufacturing industry and you have certain analysis that you do test, right? Like quality charts, R charts, whatever that you need to do, then that will be relevant to that. So they have certain, under the advanced feature, it comes like module based. So if you are not in that industry, you don't need to purchase that. So this comes, the advanced feature is like the template is already there. These are all the analysis they believe you will need for that particular industry. Then, of course, the last part is integration to R itself. So it's very easy to use. A lot of them are using. And this is one tool that is not only mainly used in the education side or government side or commercial side. It goes across. We have customers both in the government, both in the education as well as commercial industry. Okay, so this is the where the this part of it where you have advanced feature. So it goes into different parts. So they have like sensory data, means those who are in the industry of like perfume, cologne, those kind of things, right? Basically smell, right? All those things in sensory. You have, of course, life science. You have on the marketing part. On the forecasting is basically looking into time series. Then you also have SPC, which is under your quality. So under the part of the quality and forecasting, we have a lot of them from manufacturing and from economic side looking at things. Life sciences is, of course, your medical side. Sensory is one of the main key things because these are specific to certain manufacturing industry that is looking at cosmetics, looking at in orderless, whatever it is, those industries. So they do this particular test is very much catered to that, and ExcelStat has those functionality. That's the good thing about it. Okay, so this is how ExcelStat looks like. As you can know, this is your Excel environment. So it's like an additional menu on here where you are able to access. Okay, so of course it has a video help and so forth. Now they have My Assistant. As you know, most of the solutions now come with kind of like an AI kind of help for you to ask a certain question and it gives you the information as well. So this is on the import part. It can browse for your Excel. It can bring in data from other formats. So you can recognize like Minitab, SAS, SPSS, Tata, System, whatever it is, your DBase, and from large volumes of data as well. Okay, so the large volume of data, of course, some of y'all might ask the question, if we have very huge data, Excel is also limited, in the number of data it can bring in. That's why people do not consider Excel for big data analytics and so forth. But the beauty of ExcelStat is it doesn't depend on the Excel environment in the sense of that means Excel is limited by the number of rows and columns it has. So it doesn't depend on the application side of it, but it actually depends when you actually bring in the data. ExcelStat has an algorithm that takes in the in-memory of the machine that you're using. So if you have installed ExcelStat in very good, a huge, good specs of a machine, then it can actually process and run huge data. So that is the beauty of it, that it's not limited of data tied to how Excel limits the data. But even though it is running within Excel environment in the sense, but the processing part, it actually goes back to the memory of your notebook or server or desktop or whatever that you're using. Okay, so this on the data preparation side, it has all this. You can select what you need and so forth. All that is possible. How to deal with missing data. So it recognizes in regards to this. So this is how it looks like. Everything is point and click. So it's similar to how you would look at when you're using SPSS, but SPSS, you're using a total new environment. It's a new thing. It's not within Excel. So it is, those who have yet to use, or, maybe, of course, you're using it, you're already used to this. But this gives you additional option of data mining features, because I know most of the users in Malaysia, when they use SPSS, they only use SPSS stats. Along with SPSS stats with advanced features, but it doesn't go into the data mining features, right? Predictive models and machine learning, that you actually purchase a different tool called SPSS Modeler, and most users in Malaysia are not using that. So this is an option for you to explore or allow, if let's say you are a lecturer in a university and you have students, right, whether you're doing bachelor or master's in data science or whatever it is, it's an option to allow them to explore data science features, not only using Python and R, but actually going into this, because this currently is being used by a lot of commercial industry, and it's actually good exposure for your students as well. So you can see based on this, it goes to data selection, same thing, you know, how you select and so forth. Same option you have where you can do your charts. Your charts are basically Excel charts. You know, all this is available. And of course, you know, the My Assistant is available as well. Any questions so far before I go? I'm just going to show a very brief demo just to run through some of the features. Of course, we have, you know, a lot of features in there. I'm not going to go through everything. Just an introduction, but is there any questions before I go into the system itself?
Mungkin ada sesiapa yang nak bertanya, boleh terus ajukan soalan. Maybe tak ada Dr. Rohini, Miss Rohini.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
So I will just share the Excel environment now. Can you all see my Excel environment?
Yes.
Okay. So I've already opened up a data sheet. Of course, you can also bring in, import in from other, you know, formats and so forth, like what I showed on the presentation slide, as well as, you know, huge data, you can bring it in. But right now we will just deal with the normal Excel environment. So as you all can see, once we have installed Excel Stat, there's an additional menu here. Because there's an option of Excel Stat where I can go in and I actually can bring in directly from here. There's an icon. But because I have my Excel open here with the data, so I will need to start this. So I'm going to start the Excel Stat from my Excel environment itself. So you can also do that. So once you have started, this is how it looks like, similar to what I've shown you all. So as you can see, you have your menu based on all this, right? The options are there. There are some, you know, quick tools for end of report. You can change your colors and so forth, right? This is on the workflow environment. But I'm not going to go into this, but this is similar to the workflow environment of how you would see in regards to going from point to point. So it has a kind of like a workflow that you would see in SAS Minor or even SPSS Modeler as well. Okay, then you have what we call like all the different type of preparing the data. Of course, every solution, right, they categorize some of the functionality differently. So in like SPSS, if you see some part of this, they are under the basic part of analysis, then they come into advanced and so forth. But here, they go through this whole step, okay, which is discover, explain, and predict, right? Then later only they are testing the hypothesis in different environments. So it all depends, but you can, it's up to you how you want the workflow process to be. So here you can do from distribution to, you know, looking at missing data or whatever that you need to in regards to this. So if let's say if I go into missing data that I want to handle, it has an option. You can select, there's a mode of selection. This selection means that you are, sorry, hold on. Okay, so this is mode of selection. When I actually go, I'm actually doing based on this. So it's like I'm selecting what I want it to be. Of course, I will say the first part is like variable level. If I don't want this, right, I usually use a different mode, which is I just select the variable. I like this because I can just go in and select whatever that I need to in regards to this. So if let's say if I'm looking at, I want to see, you know, revenue, profit, loss, or expenses in regards to missing value adjusted, I just click OK. So based on this, I can estimate the missing data. I can remove the observation or I can estimate it. So this is statistically handling your missing data values, right? And then how you want the output to be. Do you want a missing values chart, right? Anything that based on it, all this is there. So it's up to you how you want it to be. I can just run OK, and it says, okay, this is what I've selected. It gives me an option, and you can actually have this. So under this part, I can actually go in. I can see there's a missing value chart. That's your chart for missing value, your summary statistics, right? Based on this, you can actually see the summary statistics. All the results will come out. So each result, every time I go through one result, it becomes one of the Excel sheets. So this is what you have. So you can see some of it. It actually replaces whatever it's highlight. It's actually replacing the missing values as well. You can bring this results. You can run it again based on this. Whenever you want to do, you can bring it to a Word or PowerPoint. This is in regards to the results itself. So let's say I want to go back in here and I look at describing data. So I can do histogram, descriptive statistics, whatever that I want to, reliability analysis, you know, whatever that you feel it is. So let's say if I go into descriptive statistics, they have option for quantitative data. So I'm going to do this where I'm actually selecting based on variable. I like this, right? So let's say I look at none. I want to choose profit loss, maybe on expenses, click OK. Qualitative data, maybe I look at, I was playing around just now. So, okay, agree, right? Based on this, so you have options. You can standardize if you want. You have your output. So this, you can select what you want it to be. You want your minimum, maximum, right? All that is there. So what you want for quantitative data, summation, mean, variance, all that is there, right? And then qualitative data, let's say I have none. I want number of observation. I want the categories if I have to, based on it, right? How we want to see it, look at the frequency per category based on that. So you can actually have that, and you can look at the charts, what you want your charts to be. You can say normal PP plot, right? You have min chart as well. If you want your error, standard error charts as well, it's there, option is there. You can also group based on plot. So because they choose negri, it's going to go based on that. So up to you how you want it to be. So qualitative, I want it to be bar chart based on this, easier. So I will continue, and this is what you will get as well. So it's very, very easy. In order to see this, you can actually go, they have all this. So if I want to go to bar chart, then you'll go to my bar chart part. It's actually basically you're scrolling, but you actually see based on this. So this part of the chart, right, you actually go in, you do your normal part, your fill border, whatever that you need to do, everything is there based on this chart. So on. This is normal, your Excel sheet, changes of it as well. So you can even see based on this, if you don't want the chart, based on this part, you can actually see. So it actually changes as well. You know, you can change your color here as well. All the details are there. So this is what you get. So it is easy to do. Good thing, right? Based on this, it's just basically you're running this, whatever. Of course, you need to know your data. You need to know, you know, what you're putting in and things like that. We can't have based on that, but that's what it is doing. So even if I look at visualizing data, let's say if I look at normal scatter plot, so I'm going to select the variable. So I will look at, revenue. Then I look at expense. Okay, based on it, I don't want any groups. I want based on this. Options, I have this. You can have QQ plot. You can have frequency based on that. So you can actually have this. And this is what you will end up getting as well. So it's up to you how you want to do it, what you want to do, everything is there. Even in analyzing data, you have all this analysis possible. Okay, I'll just show you all under this as well. There's a lot of data. You even have word cloud. I don't have data in regards to unstructured information, but you do have that. Let's say you do short survey, close-ended survey, and things like that. You can actually do word cloud, bar charts. All this is possibility. This is in going into more advanced kind of analytics where you have PCA mix, everything correspondent and things like that. So under modeling data, this is where it goes into the different kinds of regression in order to build your predictive model. You can also do clustering. They have all different types of clustering as well. And you can also look into machine learning. So these are all the machine learning based on the different environment. You can also do correlation tests, right? All this is also possible. So let's say if I look at correlation. Okay, so when you see now, right, when I press this button, it goes to this particular scatter plot. So what it's doing is every time whichever your sheet is active, it takes the data from there. So it is intelligent enough. So if I want to go back to the normal data, the original data based on it, I can do that. I can even actually go into certain parts of the different data which has been pre-processed, and from there I want to do something, I can also do that. So here I'll go back to the actual one. Then I will say none. Let's say I am doing based on qualitative data, profit loss, expense. This is what I have. Then you can choose your type of correlation. You can put weightage, missing data. How do you want to do? You can remove, do not accept, or whatever that you want it to do. Outputs are also here based on the thing. You have certain different charts. You also can save it as image as well, but we just leave it as charts for now. So this is what you have. And so sometimes it will give you an error. It will actually tell you there's something which is missing. It is like non-numeric variable and things like that. And then it will ask you to go back and do. So it actually tells you, it tries to put you in a good path with regards to whatever that you're doing. So you can actually see based on the different scatter plots as well. All these views are there. So it's a good solution where you are already used to a particular environment and you are actually doing this based on that. Okay, I will do one more in regards to predictive model. Before I do the predictive model, well, let me just also go in. These are all the different parametric tests you have. You have non-parametric, okay? It's a lot lah, okay? So we have different parts to it, depending on who's looking at. You know, you can also test for outliers and things like that. So this is the advanced feature, right? So I was telling about like cosmetic companies or perfume companies, or even like, air refreshener companies and all that. They look at sensory. Sensory is basically your smell. So all this analysis is actually relevant to them. So we do have a lot of customers coming from this, and they like this because everything is there. They don't need to go and try to find the functionality. You know, they want to look at based on product categorization. It is actually there. Everything is there for them to do the analysis. And they are very much used to Excel environment. Then you also have marketing tools. You can do price sensitive, customer lifetime value. All this is that. So this is very much particular to that industry, and they look at this kind of analysis. So that's why we said, of course, sometimes if you are from education, you will say, hey, why I need this? You know, you can use it from the normal as well. But this one, because sometimes people in the commercial side, they want exactly, they are not, they are not professors or doctors or in this field, right? They are actually maybe from a different field, but they have to do this kind of analysis in their job scope. So they like this because it actually pinpoints what they need to do, and they can actually do it. Because a lot of them that we talk to, they have Excel sheet with all these functions written in formula, but this makes it so easy. All right. So if something goes wrong in the Excel sheet, you know, your formula, you get deleted or things like that, that's gone. Here, it is there. The menu is there. You can just recreate it. It becomes it very easy. So you even have text mining. So this is on the word cloud. You do feature, you do sentiment analysis. Everything is there. So those who are handling short, close-ended survey, like your feedback analytics survey, customer survey, citizen survey, public survey, whatever it is, student survey, this is very useful. Okay, this is one of the key features in regards to Excel stat, because as you know, most of the quantitative analytic solution, even like SPSS and all that, you have to purchase another solution for it. It doesn't all come in one. So this is where the advantage of this. So they have something called decision 8. This is on the decision tree part of it. You have Bayesian network, which are looking at neural network based. This is the time series part. So those into economic time series forecasting and all that, they love this. Okay. You have Monte Carlo simulation, those in risk analysis or risk decision causes and things like that, where you go into optimization, you will look at this part of it. They also have AI part, they call it, but basically this is like fitting the model based on like an AI engine. It will learn. So what it's doing is you have like a data set based on it, you run the thing and you actually select the best model for you and things like that, okay? So power analysis, as you all know, SPC, easy, or your gauge, R&R chart, Pareto chart, reliability, these are all into manufacturing, design of experiments. It's also in the medical line and also in manufacturing, survival analytics, definitely in the medical side, right? You even have laboratory data analysis, those who are doing testing, like when you want to do on your vaccine and things like that. So this will become very useful. So some of it is pretty much into different fields. So all this is also possible. So they also have a PLS path modeling. Those who are using smart PLS, right? This is one form of it that it has that option available as well. So this is in regards to the advanced feature. So this part, advanced feature, it's like an additional, how do you say, module that you need to purchase. That means you do have Excel stat where they have based on, you know, this is what you have, where it comes with all this smart, you know, your 3D, whatever it is, your tools. Only the advanced feature is additional. So let's say I want to look at only text mining. So that's a module that you need to purchase with the all the other parts of it. So that's how it comes. So on the R part, this is how it will look like. So even on the R, if I look, let's say curve fitting, right? Based on this, these are all R functionality. It actually puts it in point and click form. How great is this? I don't need to worry about, you know, syntax and things like that, but I'm actually using R functionality and the output, everything will come out based on this. So this is a key thing, right? Not everyone likes to, why does it give me this? Okay, not everyone likes to, you know, look into R because you have to do coding and things, but can you think of it? We actually have this and you can look at, so some of the functionalities they put here, like under like survival, this is like additional model selection. So if let's say under, when you go under, you know, I think under modeling, one of the tests here, I can't remember which one is it. I think under, yeah, under survival analysis, if you see there is no survival analysis of that particular one, which is under your R. So what they have done is, in regards to this, whatever that is not in Excel stat as it is, right? So this additional method that, you know, is available in R. So they integrate those functions. That means they don't take everything of R survival. When those survival part of it, methods, the different other methods, Excel stat is already covering. So they only cover this additional things. Okay, so these are all the, you know, different features. I'll just go and show on the modeling data. And then basically, then I will finish off my presentation and you have any questions you can ask me. So on the modeling data, let me just go into, you can first go into, I'll just show you normal linear regression. So you have your dependent variable. Sorry, I'm going to do the selection method, which is this. Okay, so I will say non-dependent variable is my, let's say, tax adjusted. Okay, and then you have quantitative or qualitative. If you want both, then you actually put in for both. I put in none here, so it doesn't depend, my tax adjusted, does it depend on my revenue, profit, loss, or expense? As well as on the qualitative, does it depend on my, whether I was audited before or industry group or whatever it is lah. Okay, and whether I was a citizen. So these are additional things. Then you have options, you can have your intercept. If there is going to be a level, okay, interaction is one, my model selection, I'll take that, you can take the different models as well. Okay, and then I have validation. If I have a validation set, I got no prediction, I'm not looking at. So what this does is it's like a two-step process, right? You will build the model, and you feel this model is good, then you bring in a new set which you use in order to do the prediction. So that's how it works. So missing data based on this, output, all this is there. If you want additional information, your charts based on all this, and I will click OK, and I'll say continue. Hopefully it gives me, okay, good. Okay, so you can see from here, you have for qualitative data, your summary as well, you have your correlation matrix, right? All this is there. So you can actually see, it actually comes out. So you can select and pick what you want based on the details as well. Everything is given, and you can actually use this, right? In order, let's say I want it to go to a report, I can actually launch, I say maybe I want a summary statistics. You can pick and choose. Regression of this, right? Equation of the model, and I will click OK. And this will actually launch my Word document. Okay. Because I'm picking this to actually export. I want this particular thing, and it comes out. Of course, maybe the format is not as great as what you're looking at, but it is there, right? So then it's up to you how you want to adjust it. So this is what it is. Of course, we do expect next version. This is one of the features that we can actually have a more formatted, nicer looking Word document reports. You can also bring this into your PowerPoint slides as well. So it is pretty good in that sense. So this is on in regards to your regression. I will do one more where I'm going to use logistic regression. I like logistic regression. So here, what I want is I have a variable that indicated duty declared correctly or incorrect. So basically, I'm trying to do based on this prediction. So sorry about this, duty declared. Then I have both this. So I select here none. This is quantitative. I will say unreported amount. I have also revenue, profit, delay in filing, expenses. So all this is in regards to this. My qualitative, I want based on negri, industry group is there, audited before citizen. Okay, so this is what I have. Based on this, my options, what I want it to be. Missing data, I say remove. You can also estimate mean, up to you, and all this, whatever it is there lah, right? In regards to the details. So this is what I have. Okay, so there's quite a lot of results coming out from this. So this is in regards to whatever the details are. So it actually gives you based on duty declared correct or incorrect based on all this, right? It comes out, you have all your correlation metrics, your models based on this, your standardized coefficient, your prediction based on it, whether it's correct, and observation one and things like that. So it's quite accurate, right? Whatever that in the sense of actual observation, right? And what it has been declared to. So this is what you will have. Okay. Okay, so so this is, I mean, the results based on this. So this is the whole concept of what we say of the analysis phase of the data science workflow that is being handled by Excel Stat. One solution where you can go from basic statistics to advanced to doing different forms of data mining and data science models, right? In order to do everything to go towards your machine learning process. And everything sits on Excel environment, which makes it easy. Already everyone has Excel, so this is just an option of additional menu in order to run it within the Excel environment. So it is very user friendly. The interface is fantastic. It's an Excel. Learning curve is good. Everything in one package where you can use from, you know, your first year of bachelor all the way to your PhD level, as well as is very much affordable. And a lot of commercial industries are using this. No one is running away from Excel. Everyone, even though a lot of them say Excel is not a data analytics tool, which is true, it is more of in regards to spreadsheet and so forth. But you will see, even when your students go out to, you know, the industry, they will realize a lot of it is still being done in Excel and reporting. So this gives an option to do this further analysis within the same environment. Okay, that's basically my presentation for today. Do you all have any question?
Thank you, Ms. Rohini. So we open for Q&A. You can unmute and ask.
I think I see some in the messages. Wait, hold on. I think there's a lot of this. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Let me look through. Okay, I think Kumar answered some of it. Okay. I think Inche Muhammad Yunus, right, asked whether we can tinker and modify the macros. No, this has already been set. All right. So in Excel Stat, I mean, if you want to tinker and modify the macros, then you might as well just use in regards to your normal Excel process. But what it has is it has the menus there. It is up to you because it comes as a menu. So when you're talking about macros, when you tinker based on your macros, right, you are putting maybe different parameters and things like that. But here, when you actually launch, it is actually like a menu wizard, right, where you can key in all your options. So you just have to key it in. It's just that if, let's say, if I go into that particular wizard, let's say I'm doing now linear regression, all that option that you see there is whatever it is, right? Unless Excel Stat themselves add on this, then it is not possible. Did I answer your question? Sorry, is he still there? Okay, no problem. Okay, I think Puan or Miss, I'm not sure, Noor Farah, I think, she said, I have problem on doing calculation process like multiplication using binary number because it shows results of integer instead of binary values when I multiply. Excel have a function to do. Okay, I'm not sure on this, Puan, or is it Miss? I'm not sure, but I will check this and I will come back to you. Maybe, can you maybe post in the chat your email ID? Then we will come back to you on this. Yes. Puan or Miss, I'm not sure. No, Noor Farah, I think. Shazlin. Yeah, if you can just put in your email ID, that will be great. I will definitely come back to you on this. Okay, great. Oh, you're still student. Okay, no problem. I guess this is your assignment, is it? Okay, no problem. It's fine. I will come back to you on this. Okay, that's fine. Let me check and we will come back on this. Okay. Those who want to try it out, I think, Kumar, there is a 30-day trial, is it? On Excel Stat? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think 14 days, Ronnie.
Okay, sorry. It's a 14 days trial. You all can download. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's a 14-day. Wait, this is the link. I will put it in the group chat as well. Wait, hold on. I'll put it in the group chat. This is the trial you all can try out. It's actually a full-blown version, but for 14 days only. Yeah. So if you all are going to try it out, make sure that you all have the timeline in order to try out. Don't go and install first, and after 13 days later, then you want to use it, you still have only 1 day left. Okay, so you can do that. But if you want us, further you want to explore this, or you want us to show, maybe there are some of y'all who are coming from, certain department or different university and things like that, and you want us to come and show to your department or even to your university, or you want to further explore, because we got different licensing. There are licensing for, individual license, there is, lab license, department license, all the different type of licensing, then we can further discuss on this, no issue. Is there any more additional questions?
Okay, sekiranya ada soalan lagi boleh kemukakan terus soalan. Mungkin ini ruang yang ada untuk kita bertanyakan kepada Ms. Rohini. Sekiranya ada pertanyaan, boleh kemukakan. How about the price for the institution?
Yeah, I think I'll let Kumar answer that.
Yeah, institution, they have like the whole campus also have, right? The whole campus is about 250 users, about 25,000 per year.
Oh, per year.
Yeah, one license for, there's a two type, right? So basically basic plus and also premium that we're offering for education. Premium is about 1,600. Sorry, basic is about 1,600 and premium about 4,000. So, but institution the best option because it'll be cheaper, right? Because you can give to up to 250 students.
Okay. Okay, ada lagi soalan? Okay, sekiranya tak ada soalan, sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih kepada Ms. Rohini dan juga kepada Encik Kumaran atas persediaan untuk berkongsi bersama-sama kami di seminar Mingguan Inspem ini. Dan sekiranya ada lapangan akan datang, kita akan jemput lagi. Maybe ini kita dah ada networking dengan Encik Kumaran mungkin selepas ini. Untuk program akan datang kita mengeluarkan lah sekiranya daripada Setworks ingin mengadakan lagi program bersama Inspem. InsyaAllah. Okay, terima kasih.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Baik, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.